Hello world, hello world. Welcome back to my channel. Call me Biz. Bobby Lee's ex-girlfriend destroys her own career. Uh, uh, what career though? What does she do? I don't know her from anywhere. I know Bobby Lee from Mad TV, and when I was a kid, I used to watch Bobby Lee all the time on Mad TV. I don't really remember his sketches like that, but I remember him vaguely. So I know who Bobby Lee is, and he popped up in movies here and there. I never knew who she was. I feel like there's a thing where these famous men make these women celebrities, and we still don't know what any of them do. They're just there, and you're like, why is this person famous? What's the talent? Maybe I'm wrong about her, but I just don't know her from anywhere. I think she does this podcast with him called Tiger Belly. But anyways, man, hey, I'm being messy today. This popped up on my feed. I'm like, what? I gotta watch it with y'all. So don't forget to like, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, educate me if you know a little bit more than me on this topic. I thought they were broken up. Yeah, they are broken up, says ex-girlfriend. They never even got married. That's crazy to make somebody famous. And anyways, no more ghost watching. Let's watch.
I used to off dogs a lot, but this isn't like a known thing.
She used to do what?
Off tons of dogs, yeah.
Come on, man. I believe it.
All right, folks. You ever watch someone lie so confidently that you start questioning your own reality? That's Kalila, a self-proclaimed nurse, Olympic swimmer, and master manipulator, the person that has become the most hated woman in podcasting. For years, Kalila rode Bobby Lee's fame into the spotlight, taking over Tiger Belly and Bobby's guest appearances and making it about herself. But as time passed, more and more people started seeing through her act. Comedians have started roasting her, the internet has turned against her, and a dedicated subreddit exists just to expose her lies. But it's not just about lying. Kalila has built a reputation for humiliating Bobby Lee, controlling his career, and gaslighting him into submission. And if that wasn't enough, there's even more disturbing stuff lurking beneath the surface, like the bizarre controversies involving her brother and dogs that you won't believe until I show you. So today, we're breaking it all down. From the fabricated backstories to the public humiliation, the manipulative poems, the time she got clowned on by other comedians, and the moment she got completely exposed by Preach and Bobby Lee's own brother. This is the story of how she became the most hated podcaster on the internet.
Oh, this is interesting.
So, let's talk about who she actually is. Because if you listen to her long enough, you'll realize she's got a different backstory every time she speaks. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if she said she discovered time travel, but only uses it to make Bobby late for podcasts. She's claimed to be a nurse, except she never technically worked as one. Here is one of the times she claimed to be a nurse.
Be quick with the nursing, get my nursing degree, get a job, got the job, and then that's when Bobby came into my life, and he was like, you don't look like that's what you want to do.
It became a meme because she did it so often. Even Annie Letterman made fun of her about it.
Like, if this is the nurse's episode, perhaps the real nurse should take it away.
I'm not a real nurse, you guys.
Oh, we were talking about Donut.
Oh, okay.
We know you're not.
Thank you.
She's claimed to be an Olympic-level swimmer, except no records exist.
Most of my childhood up until I retired. And I went to a Division I school. I got a full ride to UNLV to swim.
And what sport was it?
Swimming.
Oh, swimming.
Oh,
cool. Wow.
And so I did that, and I spent my whole life thinking that I was for sure going to make the Olympics, and I didn't. And it was the biggest heartbreak of my life.
Oh, man.
I know.
Then she did a podcast with Dr. Drew where she stutters and claims that she swam for UNLV for 1 year, who then later realized she didn't have the necessary credits.
Ceiling there for how far you can really go in sports, and I think ultimately he wanted us to swim collegiately here.
Did you?
Yeah, for a year, and it all kind of went out of control.
Care to explain?
Yeah, I got a full scholarship to UNLV, and in short, they fucked me over.
Oh, they fucked you.
You can't really lie on the internet.
They fucked me over because they didn't go through, like, you have like NC2A, like clearinghouse, like certain subjects that you have to hit, and they didn't look into that before I actually signed for a full ride.
Or at least they didn't teach you what you needed to do.
Right, and I was just kind of a dumb 17-year-old.
Ooh,
I just
so you were
really
young, too.
banked on swimming
Yeah.
He said that
being
you
my
were
ticket
dumb,
to
too.
just about anywhere.
It was actually her sister who was the great swimmer. She just stole her sister's story. She's even hinted at being a self-made woman, except her entire career is tied to Bobby Lee. You know, the guy she loves to mock every chance she gets. But here's where things get interesting, because as soon as she got close to Bobby, everything changed. She went from being a nobody to positioning herself as some kind of podcasting mastermind, and somehow people bought it, at least for a while.
Oh shit.
Are you still waiting for your friends?
I told you 7:30.
Maybe they're gonna ditch you.
I know. I can read you the message.
They're gonna ditch you.
I'll read you the message.
You have no real friends.
I do. These are my lifelong friends.
They're all 17-year-olds.
It doesn't matter. I'm 17 at heart.
Now, roasting in relationships is normal, but what Kalila does, that's not roasting. That's a 24/7 psychological takedown. It's like she rolls out of bed, stretches, and thinks, how can I make Bobby feel useless today? She constantly reminds him that he's dirty, dumb, and irrelevant, like a high school
Like a
bully who never
power
grew
dynamic.
up. And here's the thing, Bobby believes it now. Every time he tries to stand up for himself, he just nervously laughs like a hostage, trying not to upset his captor. If I strung together every instance of her belittling him, this video would be longer than the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy. No exaggeration.
It's
There
always
are
the ones you
YouTube
put on,
compilations
man.
of it,
It's
with
always
just
the ones you put
part
on.
1 being over 25 minutes long. And if you thought the humiliation was bad, it
I'ma
actually
watch
gets
that
worse.
shit.
Because she took it a step further and started writing poems about Bobby. And not just any poems, these were like villain monologues in rhyming form, where she admits to using Bobby for his money.
I ran you ragged to the gravel, fed you time for gold, held you closely so falsely, watched your ache unfold. You steered the reins as you were aptly told, not knowing you were headed for a stab, capture, and hold. I'm sorry, so sorry, for your heart I cajoled, and for thieving back all the things I sold. I'm an artist, a con, self-punished but paroled, a savvy saboteur, spoiling good to mold. For this I ask pardon, your good faith I have trolled. I know nothing of love but a dead winter's cold. Wow, what poetry. The standout lines here are obviously,
That was
fed
a good
you
poem.
time for gold, held you closely so falsely,
that's a good poem.
and
Well
I'm an
written.
artist,
I know
a
about
con,
poems.
all of which amount to what I can only interpret as
She a
a
fraud.
blatant admission of gold digging.
Yeah, she a fraud.
I used to jerk off dogs a lot,
She used to
but
jerk
this isn't
off
like
dogs.
a known thing.
That's what she said.
Jerked off tons of dogs, yeah.
Come on, man. I believe it.
I know,
You
I believe it, but I don't want to hear it.
Well,
Also, I'm not a fucking puppy pal because I only jerked off full-grown dogs who still had their balls.
and what do you jerk
Because in
off
the
to?
Philippines, it wasn't customary to like.
Cultural, you know?
It wasn't customary. It's still a big problem there. So stray dog population is crazy because most people don't neuter or spay their dogs.
So
And
you
so
jerking
we had a
them
lot
off?
of dogs, and dog in particular named Rolly. Well, Rolly and another German Shepherd. You want to know his name?
Your
Go ahead.
boyfriend's face is
Huh?
confused.
His name was Wow. And call him Wowie.
Okay.
Anyways, I jerked Wowie off because he
That's
had
not
his
even funny.
balls.
That's
He was
kinda
intact.
disgusting.
And I felt bad for him.
What the fuck? Guys, I
What
want to
are we
apologize for
talking
making you
about
listen to
here?
that.
Like,
Did you see Theo's face during all that? I
What
think
the
that was all of
fuck
us,
are we
if that wasn't
talking
bad
about
enough.
here?
Not only did she do that to her dogs, she had an odd relationship with her brother. You got to see this.
Okay, so
What's wrong with you?
I dated a boy back. This is one of my potential brothers, maybe. But he,
Wait, whoa.
Welcome to the show.
It's officially started.
but
There's
this
a
was
motherfucker here.
this was the boy I told you.
Have our own brother.
The reason, like, I couldn't have gone to an abortion clinic faster because he basically, like, I went to his home and I saw that he had his dog chained up, like, and it was his grandma's dog
It wasn't
all
'cause
day
he was
long.
Your brother?
It wasn't. It couldn't. I was like, there's no. That's also.
Guys, I don't even have words for this. She is absolutely vile. It's like she wakes up every morning and asks herself, how can I make people despise me even more today?
bruh, she's
Honestly,
worse
I
than
don't think I've ever
thought.
seen someone this
Oh
shameless.
shit!
Nursing school was a made up
pipe dream.
a made up lie dream.
In your position of power, especially, like,
Shouts
it
of
was
reach
so
and
just
Abba.
rampant. Like, that's what how dudes, like, let me get you something. I'm gonna make, you want to do stand up? Try open mics. I'll take you on the road someday.
Wait. His position of power?
That's okay. It's a whole conversation him and I have, but
What position of power?
Hey, man.
No, wait.
Stop. Back up. So in certain circles, I do have power. That's it.
The reason that I use the term,
Come on, man.
the reason that I use the term of
Age of power, bro.
position of power
Yeah.
is because he has talked about not being attracted to a woman who is equally as wealthy.
Oh God.
Wait,
Most
I never
men
said
are,
that.
It's just,
But
I never said that.
But Bobby,
But even so, it's a normal
that is
thing.
most of us.
yeah,
yeah,
it's
that's a
Thank you,
normal thing.
Blacklet.
That's
I
not-
told you I was on your side.
I didn't
You told
know.
me to shut the
I
fuck
didn't know.
up
I
for 2
didn't know.
minutes and a half.
I didn't know. I
I'm
didn't
on
know.
your side,
I didn't
bro.
know. I didn't know.
I'm on your side.
I know
bro.
myself.
We-
I
Yeah, but
Yeah, I get it.
most of us is
Yeah,
that.
I get it.
And
It's not so much that
You want
we're
a
not turned on by it. It's that
normal
we
girl,
don't care.
It doesn't
check this
matter.
out.
Yeah.
In '92 LA riots, I would loot with you.
Well, he's in Montreal.
so I know Bobby's saying in that context. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm not against it. I'm with. We're gonna do it together. It's my uncle's store, bro. We're gonna All right. So I'm with you too, dog.
Yeah,
All right, thanks.
I'm right here.
I know. I'm here too, bro. Go ahead.
I forgot the original point.
Okay, the thing that happened is that you were talking about position of power, and I said, what do you mean by position of power?
Right,
and you
right.
flipped the script. The reason why I said, why do you mean by position of power? The only reason I said that is because I feel like women have a tendency to use and over abuse of that term of position of power. And that's the only reason why I wanted to specify. Doesn't mean you ain't got power. Doesn't mean you ain't great. You are who you are. Bobby Lee. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, but I just want to know, what do you mean by position of power?
Yeah, I think that it's more something that he's defined for himself, not necessarily
fine,
like,
and it's a
because
position of
even
power.
when I got with him, I never felt like he was in a position of power.
See who's not on your side, y'all?
No respect.
Look at me,
Damn.
Bobby. I'm nationwide. Nationwide.
I know that one.
That's
Yeah,
me.
That's you, dog.
That's me.
I know.
Yeah.
Danger.
What? No power,
That
nothing.
is-
Not in the beginning, no.
Okay.
No.
Interesting.
Wow, do you want me to leave you?
Preach has dealt with manipulative people
But he was
before. The
already
moment
Bobby,
Kalila
though.
started
He was
spewing
already Bobby
therapy
Lee.
buzzwords like position of power, he knew exactly what was happening. She was trying to flip the script, using loaded language to put herself in control. But the second Preach pushed back, she folded like a cheap lawn chair, completely contradicting herself, suddenly claiming Bobby didn't have any power at all. And just to put this into perspective, this was all happening while Bobby was struggling with a relapse. Instead of supporting him, she was busy playing mental
Shitting on
gymnastics
him.
to make herself the victim. Another person who saw through Kalila's act was Bobby Lee's own brother, Steve Lee. Near the end of their relationship, Steve realized she was exploiting Bobby and tried to intervene. But instead of addressing the concerns, Kalila reportedly worked to isolate Bobby from his own brother. And when private texts leaked, exposing what Steve really thought about her, it became even more obvious. She wasn't just manipulating Bobby, she was actively keeping him away from the people who cared about him.
Damn.
Anything else? Ooh, next question. Ooh. Oh, that was a bad suggestion. Oh my God. You know what? People are people, huh? Yeah.
Kinda
okay,
look like
people are
Bobby.
people. Yeah, I just avoided a landmine there. Oh my God. That could have started like World War III. Okay, we good? Jeremiah, how much time do I have left? Holy shit, dude.
At the end of the day,
Try to get the
Kalila
fuck
built her
outta
career on Bobby Lee's back, and now the internet is finally waking up to it. Almost everyone who once tolerated her has distanced themselves, except for the few who still co-sign her on Trash Tuesday, which, let's be honest, says more about them than it does about her. But at this point, the damage is done. She has exposed herself time and time again, and no amount of deflection, manipulation, or victim playing can change that. If there's any justice, her days in the spotlight should be over for good.
I'm sure there's a lot of girls want to take up where Kalila left off. Let me show you some next level. You know?
Yeah.
But now they also realize they can get famous if they're Bobby Lee's girlfriend. There's probably a lot of those girls.
It's so dangerous nowadays.
So it's got to duck them.
That's the fucking problem.
Sociopath.
Yo, she is diabolical, but she's not the only one. I'll be honest with you. Most of these celebrities, bro, especially NBA and it's athletes. Especially athletes. Look, yo, I've been doing this investigation. Most athletes get a divorce after they retired. Now, the new age gold digging is so bad, these girls are letting you know. These dudes are having babies with like 26, 27-year-olds before they even get to the NBA. Like, right before their draft. It's like gold digging has become, it became a thing. Parents are teaching their little girls how to gold dig now. But with her, let's talk about her specifically. First of all, she's a fucking weirdo. Jerking off dogs. Imagine if a guy said that, like, imagine if a guy said, I used to jerk off dogs or do any type of sexual activity with a fucking animal. The internet would go crazy, but she's a girl. It's funny. That shit is gross. You see Theo like, what the fuck? He's like, I believe it. Yeah, man, she's one of those. You know, some women, they get with guys that they think are weak. You see how she said, you see how when she's trying to manipulate him, she says he's using his position of power. But when Preach said, like, what power? And then she showed her true self. She's like, yeah, he didn't have any power. So it just showed you right there, like it's kind of like, it's kind of like pulling down the veil. It's like she showed her true face right there. It's like, damn, bro. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I've been around women like this all the time. You know, they'll be with somebody that you care about, and they pull shit like this, and then you gotta be like, you gotta be like, cause you can't tell him, cause he ain't gonna understand it. You gotta tell her. You gotta be like, yo. You gotta be like, yo, I see what the fuck you doing. Just know, you know, like it be like that because Bobby seemed like a sweet dude, a trouble dude. Cause every time I hear about him or see him talk, they also talk about like his drug abuse, relapsing, and stuff like that. And it's crazy that, you know, she was doing all this shit like while he was going through a relapse, and it just shows you. And then he made her famous, man. It's and another thing too, the thing about men not wanting a woman to be super famous. Look, men just want regular girls, bruh. And new dudes, I guess dudes who are new to fame, you see them, you know, they want all the baddest Instagram, they want all of that. As soon as they get older, they're not gonna want that no more. It's like being in high school, you want the finest girl in high school, because that's immature, that's your ego talking. But once you grow older, you realize, man, that shit is trouble. And plus, there's a little chance that she's actually gonna like you for you. You gotta have something. And you know, man, shout out to Bobby. Damn, I didn't know she was that bad, bruh. Like, she jerking off dogs and shit. That's crazy, man. Y'all let me know how you feel about it in the comment section below. That was ridiculous. Like, what the fuck? That was the weirdest shit ever. Shit. Man, if you made it this far, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Like the video if you like the video. Leave a comment. Let me know that you were here. I do appreciate you. I'll see y'all in the next one. And guess what? You better be there. Peace.